Hi, Yarrow, Keller Williams Realty. How are you? So, after a buyer writes a contract, an offer to purchase, and the seller agrees to it, the two parties, the buyer and seller, are now in escrow. And as soon as escrow begins, the buyer starts a process called due diligence. And you often will hear that term thrown around, due diligence, due diligence, due diligence. Well, what does due diligence mean? Due diligence means that the buyer's job is now to create and assemble and then analyze as much information as they can possibly create about that property so that they can make a really, really good evaluation about whether to purchase a property, and if so, for what cost. So the due diligence really boils down to mostly inspections. Inspections are typically done by experts in their field, and there are almost an infinite number of inspections that someone can get. If you're buying rural property, you could get a timber count. You could have an arborist come out and give you a tree-by-tree inspection and write an evaluative report about the health of those trees. You might have someone come out and do a survey and make sure that in fact it actually is 90 acres and not 82 acres. You could have some environmental company go out there and do a phase 1 environmental and talk to you about the history and the previous usages of that property. Was there an old processing plant? Could there be environmental contamination? You could have somebody come out and do a home inspection where they look at the overall condition of the home and they write up a big 72-page report. You could have a roof inspection, an electrical inspection, a well inspection, a septic inspection. So depending on the type of property, the condition of the property, and the desire on the part of the buyer to understand and know exactly what they're purchasing, there are just almost an infinite number of inspections that one can create. Now, some buyers aren't interested in doing that. Maybe they're getting a great deal. Maybe they're paying all cash with a quick close. But to the extent that a buyer allows me to order inspections, I love inspections because they create the information that then I can provide to my client so that they can make an informed decision. Do they purchase? If so, what price? And the other thing is that inspections aren't just good for the purpose of determining what a property is worth paying for in this market. Inspections are also good because they give you a roadmap or a blueprint about what it's going to take to be a good steward for that property moving forward. You may need a new roof in 4 years, and so that's something you might want to plan on. Or the hot water heater might be right at the end of its effective age, so that's something you might want to plan on. So inspections not only help protect a buyer in an escrow by providing information about what the current condition of the property is, but they also become a blueprint or a roadmap to what the buyer's responsibility would be to properly maintain that property if and when they purchase it.